Top three are probably software security assurance is definitely a top concern in terms of being able to get a handle on how code is being developed, how it's being designed. So I think that's for me, it's top priority. Then also I would say things centered around data leakage prevention, being able to understand where data is, how to enforce some type of policy on the data in terms of who has access to the data, and then also being able to identify if data is being sent out on different means, either CD, via email, or on the network, using the network. So I think DLP, definitely software security assurance. I think the final one is probably centered around cloud computing and being able to understand that and how that plays, what implication it plays in terms of changing the existing security model that is in place in a lot of organizations, the security infrastructure, how do you protect it, what synergies can you create to complement your existing security infrastructure that you have in place. So those are, to me, are some of the top three, actually my top three. Anywhere from 75% to 80 is allocated primarily to security. Some more solutions, some more services. But primarily about 80% of the budget is dedicated to security. Well, I think it's a great opportunity because, for one, you have people sitting at the round table who are feeling some of the same pains as you, try to understand what the issues are, how they resolve the issues, some of the barriers they face to either introducing new technologies or a new solution, some of the shortcomings, and being able to get different perspectives on how particular security technologies are implemented, what type of policies are in place, what type of policies you need to contend with some of the emerging things that happen within the cybersecurity space. The one thing I wanted people to take away from that particular exchange during that discussion at the roundtable is that we have to understand how security is being developed into our overall systems, software security. And if we don't understand that, then we're going to constantly be bombarded, susceptible to application attacks, which is commonly known in a lot of industries, and that has a direct effect on the overall confidentiality and integrity of data that some of these systems have. So, for me, is being able to understand that, hey, software security assurance is a process. It's a people component that needs to be taken into consideration, the training and awareness. It's not necessarily a technology solution, but you can wrap technology around it to help achieve some of the things you want to achieve. I think it's not as techy. The attendees are not as techy as some of these other conferences, where you're dealing with and you're sitting at the round table with CISOs and some high-level executive who has some pains, and the pains are quite different from some of the pains that you may experience in some of the other conferences, because you're dealing on a lower level sometimes. Not to say that people are inferior, but just the overall managerial aspect of what they're exposed to on a day-to-day basis. So not only do you address some technology issues, but you also address some processes issues, some business issues that you may not be able to find at other conferences. So I think it's a good combination of technology, business processes that is helpful in terms of how to keep a security program flowing, and then also being able to get some expertise from CISOs, people at that level, takes you sometimes out of the security realm, because they deal with other issues on a daily basis that may not be security related, but may be indirectly related to security. So I think it's a good combination. The sessions centered around continuous monitoring, anything related to software assurance, of course, Also the U.S. CERT, some of the things they're doing, just trying to get a better feel for the overall value that they provide to the federal government, in terms of what they're monitoring, some of their pains, some of their shortcomings, some issues they have. Because, running a SOC, having experience running a SOC, I think, we kind of feel some of the same pains and some of the same challenges. So I just want to get a perspective from a higher level because they deal with so much data. They have so many different taxonomies that they have to build to keep an eye on certain things that they watch for and gaining overall visibility into certain volumes and volumes of data that they process on a daily basis. So I think that was a good presentation and a good overview of how the CERT is moving forward, how they're dealing with some of the challenges that we're faced from a cybersecurity perspective. So I think those are the presentations and the roundtables and things that I enjoyed the most. The recommendation I would give is that it's probably one of the few conferences that you can get exposure to not only the technology side but also the business side and kind of marry the two and understand things at a higher level and also at a technical level, which like I said, it's not necessarily something that you can experience and have access to at other conferences. And also the other thing is it's a little bit more intimate where it's not a large crowd and you also have direct access to some of the experts that are in the field that are providing solutions, providing services to the federal government in cybersecurity space.